Hi, Discogodfather here, and I'm just making a video response to John 1911's question about these Blaser 223 magazines having a problem. As you can see, I have a lot of different, these are Tactical 2 mags, but this also applies to all LRS2 magazines. They're basically the same. It's just that the Tactical 2 only came in 223, 308, 300 Win mag, and then 330 hit Lapua. John is having a problem with the 223 version of these mags. Basically, all the mags use what I like to call a feed lip elevator. It's a feature that allows the round to be presented into the chamber very close to the bore axis. It's kind of an interesting feature, but it creates a little bit of a complication because, this is the only design like this in the world that I'm aware of, and it has a few extra parts than regular magazines do. So the problem John was having is that this feed lip elevator, it comes up, this is the proper height it's supposed to come up. What happens is internally this, it's actually a stainless steel piece of sheet metal that's bent. These feed lips come up into contact with something on all of these mags that prevent it from going up a little bit too high. And when that mechanical feature is not working or has a problem, these feed lips can actually come up a little bit too far, and then the mag becomes inoperable. You can see that in his video. Alright, so the first step here to disassembling any of these magazines is very simple. It's just like other magazines. Just take like a screwdriver and wedge it in there and push this button down. I already got this started here, so I can do this one-handed. And then you just pull the plate off. And one thing that's really nice about these magazines is that they're not like AI mags or other precision rifle mags where there's like 8 million pounds of pressure and some super spring that is compressed into a tight little 2-inch space that as soon as you pop that out, it goes flying at warp speed away from you. These are just leaf springs, so there's not much tension here. There's a little bit, but there's not much. So you don't have to be as careful, and you don't have to worry about losing parts. So just pull this thing out. What you'll find here is that you have the spring, you have a follower, which is the actual follower that contacts the round, and then you'll have the feed lip elevator. And what's going on here is that this little tab right here, that is what contacts a very small recess. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's, I'll try to get this to focus, but there is a small ledge about halfway down on the side of the magazine. You can see it right here. It's not this ledge, it's the one further down there, that this little tab right here contacts. You want that little tab to hit that little ledge down in there. And if it doesn't, and what's happening is that this little piece right here, this little tab, is not coming out far enough. If it's further enough in, then there's nothing to hold the feed lip elevator in place, and it just pops out a little bit too far. So what you got to do is just take like a small screwdriver or some kind of a, actually a screwdriver is perfect, but any kind of tool, and wedge this outwards, and then reassemble it and see if it contacts. Also, take a look inside the magazine at that ledge and make sure nothing has broken off there or there's something going on the body. If that's the case, if you have something actually broken in there and this ledge is not contacting it because there's a piece chipped off or something like that, then there's a little bit of a problem because the mag body is probably bad at that point. What you could do is very carefully, you could take some epoxy, JB weld or something like that and try to build up some material in there. Maybe take a Dremel and try to reshape it. If you're missing a part or it's dangling or something like that, you could try to glue it back. But I mean, these mags are made out of like it's like a Glock style composite, you know, fiber reinforced plastic type thing. So it's, you know, it's really durable. The odds of that thing broken is pretty slim. So I would concentrate on this first. I mean, this is a good one for reference. It only comes, I'd say, about 1 or 2 millimeters out, but you might have to play around with it. Bear in mind, this is stainless steel. It's very difficult to bend, and you know, you don't want to bend it all day long. You don't want to go, you know, cycle it 20 times, because this stuff work hardens and it'll develop a stress fracture there and it might crack. So just go slowly, bend it out a little bit, try it, bend it, and you know, hopefully that'll take care of the problem. Okay, thanks a lot.